Solar Reflections. One frosty November morning, while on the daily pilgrimage to the high school with my son, who was learning to drive at the wheel of our tired old Chrysler Imperial, my sleepy eyes saw a spectacular sight. The brilliant golden sun had just burst upon the day, climbing over the horizon to ascend its aerial throne. Magnificent majesty, the solar supreme scattered beams of pupil-penetrating brightness of such magnitude they caused the blinded world of men to reach for their Ray-Bans and Grant Fosters in reluctant wakefulness. Above, a frozen veil of thin, high cirrostratus clouds hung still sleeping in that deep azure blue sky that intersects night with day. And as the celestial foam caught the light, they were inflated with a pure and puffy whiteness to beautifully contrast the indigo backdrop. Suddenly, in the southern exposure, at 2 o'clock and 30 degrees to the sun, a small solitary cloud began to phosphoresce and literally sparkle with shimmering liquid gold. So perfectly capturing the sun's radiance, it became animated with a glowing iridescence too shiny to steadily look upon. Pulsating with such amazing yellow light, it was as if the sun were directly behind that cloud rather than living in another part of the sky. How strange yet magical was this misty miracle, so different than its fluffy family. What formulation fuels its exotic energizings, I pondered. Could the element that transmitted such beauty simply be watery drops from condensation in cold, crying clouds? Or was the air so frigid at that empty altitude that the vapors actually coalesced into dazzling icy mirrors, perfectly aligned to reflect the countenance of a star? Hidden by the limitation of my earthbound perspective, perhaps the cumulus actually floated much nearer the dark ground than its soaring cirrus cousins, and therefore that cloud was capturing the colors of a later dawn. Or was its stratospheric elevation so uniquely lofty that it alone connected with the maturing light of day above the shadows of the earth? Intuition, illumination, and inspiration are the quickening of God. Suddenly the fog dissipated and the truth dawned in my heart. I began to understand about the clouds that compass our actuality. Though sorrows steal our soul while tears glisten on our face, God's comfort beyond comprehension can so console the brokenhearted that the sufferer, in sharing the Savior's solace, becomes the very venue of his grace to others, a conduit of divine healing in times of desperate loneliness. When the friendships freeze, our confidence cracks and our self-esteem contracts until we have nothing left but God. That's when we discover that he is enough. And sometimes when we are so supine, scoured by surmounting stresses that scrape the skin off our self-sufficiency, God gently reminds us that due to his faithfulness, we will reap if we faint not, only believe. And when we ascend to God in earnest prayer, devotional meditation, and passionate praise, drawing nearer and nearer to God, he draws us near yet to us as Savior and Sanctifier, Lord and life, family and friend. And as we lift him up, the Almighty invites people into his very presence. So whether sad or lonely, stressed or blessed, may God shine through us, miraculously revealing his glorious light to those who belong to the night. Jesus is the light of all creation, and through his amazing animation, we also are the light of the world.